activities in Krishna consciousness. So long as Krishna will keep me fit, I'll go on working. So you devotees should pray to Krishna that I can go on giving him service up to the last point of my death. One more, you mentioned that your pathway has become filled with the stumbling blocks, but there are no stumbling blocks. I can pick out all those stumbling blocks immediately, provided you accept my guidance. With one stroke of my kick, I can kick out all stumbling blocks. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tatho Jayamudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 9 and Text 24. Nabhi Radha Iha Sataha Ambasi Yasya Pumsaha Vijnana Shakti Aham Asam Ananta Shakti Rupam Vichitram Idam Asya Vivrinvata Me Ma Shishta Nigamasya Giram Visargaha Nabhihradadiha Satombasi Yasya Pumso Vijnana Shakti Ahamasam Ananta Shakti Rupam Vichitramidhamasya Vivrinvato Me Mari Rishishtam Nigamasya Giram Visargaha Nabhi Radadiha Satombasi Yasya Pumso Vijnana Shakti Hamasamananta Shakti Rupam Vichitramidhamasya Vivrinvato Me Mari Rishishta Nigamasya Giram Visargaha
కేబుల్ వేసినాం అన్నీ వేసినాము. మీరేమన్నారు ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి. తీసిన వెనకంటే
the personality of Godhead, Jnana of the total universe, Shakti, energy, Aham, I, Asam, was born. Ananta, unlimited, Shakti, of the powerful, Rupam, form, Vichitram, variegated, Idam, this, Asya, his, Vivranavataha, manifesting, may, unto me, ma, may not, ririshishta, vanish, nigamasya, of the Vedas, gram, of the sounds, visargaha, vibration. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Prabhupada. Translation, the Lord's potencies are innumerable. As He lies down in the water of devastation, I am born as the total universal energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. I am now engaged in manifesting His diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns. Please repeat. The Lord's potencies are innumerable. As He lies down in the water of devastation, I am born as the total universal energy from the navel lake in which the lotus sprouts. I am now engaged in manifesting His diverse energies in the form of the cosmic manifestation. I therefore pray that in the course of my material activities, I may not be deviated from the vibration of the Vedic hymns. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Every person engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord in this material world is prone to so many material activities, and if one is not strong enough to protect himself against the onslaught of material affection, he may be diverted from the spiritual energy. In the material creation, Brahma has to create all kinds of living entities with bodies suitable to their material conditions. Brahma wants to be protected by the Lord because he has to contact many vicious living entities. An ordinary Brahmana may fall from the Brahma Tejas or the power of Brahmanical excellence due to his association with many fallen conditioned souls. Brahma, as the supermost Brahmana, is afraid of such a fall down, and therefore he prays to the Lord for protection. This is a warning for one and all in the spiritual advancement of life. Unless one is sufficiently protected by the Lord, he may fall down from his spiritual position. Therefore, one has to pray constantly to the Lord for protection and the blessing to carry out one's duty. Lord Chaitanya also entrusted his missionary work to his devotees and assured them of his protection against the onslaught of material affection. The path of spiritual life is stated in the Vedas to be like the edge of a sharpened razor. A little inattentiveness may at once create havoc and bloodshed, but one who is a completely surrendered soul, always seeking protection from the Lord in the discharge of his entrusted duties, has no fear of falling into material contamination. Prasansta Bhaktivedanta Purpoto Madhyanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So day before yesterday there was an unfortunate incident. An aeroplane, while trying to land in Nepal, crashed and all the people on board died. Nepal's one of the main international airports is named as Tribhuvan Airport. So from there, the plane took off with 72 people on board. 68 are passengers and 4 are the staff, basically the crew. And then they were reaching one more airport by name Pokhran. The devotees who are going to Nepal Muktinath, they know all these names. So just the plane has come to the within the control of the Pokhran air control. The pilot is negotiating with the ground staff. Looks like recently the Pokhran airport was renovated, made it into a very highly sophisticated airport. So looks like it has two ways of entering onto the runway, eastern side and there is one more side. So the captain negotiated with the ground control to enter into through the eastern side. And then suddenly again the ground control got a news that the pilot is asking for entering into the other side. Anyway, the ground staff gave the clearance. So he was trying to land according to the negotiation, whatever he has done. But unfortunately, there is some technical snag. Some fire broke up in the plane and it crashed. There are 5 Indians are there on board. 4 are, I think, from Uttar Pradesh. These 4, most of them are very young, 22, 24. One person is little older, about 35. So they were in touch with their friend, Uttar Pradesh, they are in continuous touch. They're telling what's happening to them and all that. And then they told his friend that yes, we are going to Pokhran and we got a bus to go there. And then the friend thought, okay, it's all done. But somehow that bus, they missed the bus. And then so they got into this airplane. You can see how destiny is very powerful. So unfortunately they boarded this ill-fated flight. And then when they were reaching Pokhran, I think there was turbulence in the airplane. One of the older man, he started live streaming onto the Facebook so that his friend can see. So you can really see what is happening in the last moment in the plane. He was panic stricken. All his friends are they're also very panicky. They're shouting, "Mara, Mara, Mara, Mar gaya, Mara, Mara," like that. And and then that's all. After some time, you can only see some lot of smokes coming and all that, and then they all passed away. They all died. I think they recovered all the dead bodies. So this was the, it has shocked everybody. It has about 20 plus foreign nationals are there, including India is also a foreign national. Looks like these 4 were going to Pokhran because Pokhran is a tourist hub. Many people, many foreigners also go there for paragliding experience. That means from the hillocks, they take one, this thing and they glide. So they were going there for celebration. So this was the scenario. So people are shocked because they can see what exactly is. In fact, they have posted the clip also. Of course, to see that you need little guts, so I have not seen. That is a very, you can see the scenario. Technology has brought conveniences, certainly, but it's also complicated our lives. People have, that death has become very complicated, sophisticated, and horrific. This is what the thing is. So it's not that death is new. It is very clear. From the beginning it is very clear that this world and our existence in this world is going to be temporary. It is going to be only for few years. That is very clear. But out of all this, one interesting thing is, I was just, it appeared, one interesting thing that is, they were all helplessly shouting, Mara, Mara, like that. What they don't know is, there is a Rama's name. Rama. They are continuously chanting Lord Ramachandra's name. And that too in a very panicky, helpless situation. So certainly they will attain the lotus feet of Ramachandra. That is the fortune. Just by chanting, previously also we heard Mara Mara, Valmiki has attained sainthood. He has become a great devotee. They are also chanting, maybe a little differently, but Rama's name is there. So death is guaranteed, but in the last moment, if somebody can chant like this, Ramachandra's name or Krishna's name, he is fortunate. So that's why Brahma is saying, Ma ririshishta nigamasya giram visargaha. Let me not get deviated from the Vedic hymns, the Vedic vibration of the Vedic hymns. Because devotee, he wants to be in touch with the Vedic hymn. He wants to be in touch with the Vedic vibration, even in the last moment. And the essence of all the Vedic hymns and that vibration is Krishna's name, God's name, Ramachandra's name. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, Vedescha sarve rahameva vedyaha. The summary of all the Vedic wisdom is that it is Krishna. This is the summary. In one word, if you want to summarize entire vibrations of the Vedic hymns, it is nothing but the name of the Lord, Krishna or Rama. So that's why he is now, Brahmaji is praying to Vishnu, Garbhodakashai Vishnu, that my Lord, let me not deviate from this Vedic vibrations. And then what is the Brahma's duty? that has been assigned to him, he is supposed to give the bodies to all the living entities. He is actually not the primary creator, he is actually a secondary creator. Whatever the primary creator, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, has created, within that framework, as a secondary creator, now here he is explaining here, the Lord's potencies are innumerable. Vijnana Shakti, Ananta Shakti, innumerable potencies of the Lord are there. They already manifested the universe, basic framework is ready. And then I am born as a total universal energy. Lord has empowered, He invested energy in Brahma. And then, now Brahmaji is saying, I am now engaged in manifesting His diverse energies in the form of cosmic manifestation. Again, same energies of the Lord only, but He is manifesting. Through Him, those energies are getting manifested as cosmic manifestation. So, behind this cosmic manifestation, simply the energies of the Supreme Lord are active. So, Brahma, he knows that through him, he is actually manifesting Lord's energy of creating, and there will be a lot of living entities whom he is going to give bodies, and then those living entities will go on with their life. So if you see, from the beginning it is very clear that Brahma is born, living entities are born. So it is very clear that it is going to be temporary life in this world. There is no confusion from the beginning of the creation. Creation means temporary. Anything that gets created has to end. Anything that has got a beginning will have an end. This is the law of this world. This is the law of this cosmic manifestation. Although we may become concerned that yes, people are dying, but it is only expected. There is nothing surprising or nothing. But the point is how Lord Brahma wants to be careful and ensure that in the end he utters the name of the Lord. Yeah. Look at India, India's fortune, people who take birth here, and look at the language. Even in death, the language is Mara Mara, and it has got Rama's name. This is India. Even though they may not be referring to Ramachandra, but still that name is there. So the birth is going to be temporary, and we got a great opportunity to be born in this divine land. The point is, one has to be careful. He has to pray to Krishna continuously so that he may not fall while executing his duties. Now, why Brahma is fearing here of a fall down? Because he is a supreme living entity, he has superior Brahma Tejas. He has a great Tejas is there, power is there. He is very powerful actually. Brahma Tejas means the Brahmanical power or the spiritual power is there. But still he is feeling that I may not fall down, because while executing the duties he has to come in touch with a lot of living entities. Actually, he is the one who is giving the bodies to them, and so during his work he will be coming in touch with various living entities. And there are demoniac living entities, there are godly living entities. You may say, how is it that the bodies themselves are considered as demoniac and divine? Yes, that's what 16th chapter says, that this body is known as created being. And at the time of creation only, whether it is a demoniac in quality or it's divine in quality, the qualities are decided. So, Brahmaji has created all kinds of living entities because the universe has to be filled up. And there are many, many living entities ready to come into this universe to continue their desire to lord it over. They all want to be tiny, not tiny, they all want to be gods. Those living entities are ready, so Brahmaji is giving. In the previous millennium, if the living entity has a demoniac tendency to facilitate his tendencies, the body itself should have demoniac qualities, and that's what Brahma does. So at the time of creation itself, that why it is called created being? It's a body, no? It's a dead body. Why it is called? Actually, this body acts almost like a being, like a person. But it is a created being. Uncreated, eternal being is inside. But then that eternal being, the spirit soul, it's only acting as a witness, just an experiencer. He is witnessing. And then this created being more or less is doing everything. Only thing that the living entity does is it desires. Yes, I want like this, I want like that. So, Brahma, because he knows that all kinds of living entities are going to come, he is worried whether he will get influenced. Because he is having association of those living entities. He is now coming in touch with them. So he is worried whether he will come under them. If he comes under such association, then what will happen? One may fall down from his Brahma Tejas. We have an example from in the 6th canto, Ajamila. He was a Brahmana, Vaishnava actually. But then, because of the association, he fell down from his position. Lord Brahma knows all this. So he is praying to the Lord, my Lord, yes, I am doing my seva, my duty, my service. But while doing it, I am coming in contact with many living entities, many types of living entities, so I may fall off because of their association. During our duties also, we are also coming in touch with many living entities. We also come in touch with many people. And after all, we are in a preaching movement. You are supposed to be in touch with a lot of living entity every day. You have to go and meet innumerable people. And then those people, we don't know what kind of personalities. They could be demoniac, surcharged with lusty attitudes. They could be godly, having devotional tendencies. You will see all kinds of people. And then as a preacher, you have to go and meet all of them. So then, the worry is like Brahma's worry that, what will happen? If I become influenced, then I may fall off. That's why he is praying to the Lord, my Lord, you please protect me. Rupam vichitramidamasya. Vichitra Rupa. Variegated forms are given to all these living entities. So then what is this association? Why will somebody fall off by this association? And coming in proximity with living entities, just by coming in proximity, association, and then somebody falls off. So what do you mean? That means we should not go to the proximity of anybody. And then as a preaching movement, we are always in the proximity. Sometimes we are traveling in buses, traveling in airplanes and this and that, trains. Proximity cannot be avoided. But then what is that which Brahma is worried? Okay, he is creating, so there is a proximity with the living entity. Then what is he worried? He is worried about the association. Association is extremely powerful phenomena. And what is this phenomena? When you come in contact with a certain association, there is every possibility that we get influenced by such association. What exactly happens in this association? So the Shastra says, association means, it's not about proximity. You can go to closer to anybody. While selling books also you will be facing just right opposite only. But then what is this association? Association is about picking up desires from the other person. You pick up the desires of the other person. Sangha sanjayate kama. By sangha, by association, if you pick up the desires of them, then that is the danger. Moment the living entity desires, although he is acting like is a witness in the body, the created being will do the rest. So that's why picking up these desires. So then, see, then you may say, okay, we go to the people, we have to talk to them, we have to give them some things, and sometimes they also give. Then how do we avoid this association? Sometimes you get impressed by his talk, you get impressed by his language, you get impressed by his interiors, impressed by the house, or the way they are maintaining the gardens and this and that. So then what will happen to me? So here, that nectar of instruction, Rupa Goswami says, how this Sangha has to be, how this Sangha develops, how the Sangha develops, association develops. He mentions there are 6 activities by which the Sangha develops into an intimate association, an intimate love. What are those 6 interactions? Very lovingly you give food, and very lovingly you take food. Giving and taking food from the people, that is one set. And then very confidentially asking him, very lovingly asking his details, and then taking all those. And we also disclosing all our hearts to them. This is second set. And then taking charity and giving charity, taking gifts, giving gifts. You say, Prabhu, this is what we do. All the things that we do is this only. These 6 interactions are what will happen to me. Please do it as a duty, that's all. No emotions. Like when you are selling something, you deal with the customers in a very business way. No heartfelt loving exchanges. This is the key. If you give your heart, you are finished. So that means you are associating. Many times when we preach, let us say they become devotees, we become attached. Mine, I have created. You have not created anything. Moment you become attached, that means you are impacted by your duty. That's what Brahma is worried. I may get attracted, I may get repulsed, I may get attachment. There's so many things are possible while I am doing my duties. Now please protect me, my Lord, so that I may not fall. So this is the very, and Prabhupada is explaining here. It is like a sharpened razor. This path is little bit you cross, become very attached and affectionate, and cross a certain boundary, then it's like a razor. Sometimes when you are inattentive, it cuts here, and there is a blood. This is the situation. How alert a devotee should be. Already we have attachments to various opulences of the Lord. Somebody is beautiful, we get attracted. Somebody looks powerful, we get attracted. Somebody this way, that way, that way. So many attractions are already there. All 6 opulences of the Lord are always attractive, even though they are present in minute quantity. In the jivas, all these opulences are manifested in a very minute quantity. Even then we get attracted. Look at... so that's why devotees have to be very alert, ensure that they don't give their hearts. Keep your heart at the lotus feet of the Lord, always praying, my Lord, let me not fall for these false beauties, false manifestations. I want to be under your protection. So if a devotee has such fearful attitude and always seeking protection from the Lord, then yes, Prabhupada is explaining here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given a special blessing. What is that? Because it's a preaching movement. He has, his movement is a preaching movement. He has given a special blessing that we get special protection from him. So focus on your duty, do it as a matter of duty, depending on Krishna, and don't give a heart for their material things. Materially don't get attached. Give credit to Krishna. Remember that his protection only has made all these things possible. Otherwise I would have, anytime things would have gone wrong. Like that, a devotee continuously reminds himself of his position, how he is dependent on the Lord, his protection, and then he is safe. Then he is safe. Otherwise, there is a danger. Our goal should be like Brahmaji's goal, Nigamasya Giram. Let me not disconnected from the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.